The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, Sandy Vicani with Insurance Agency Marketing. I am a supervisor here at Producer Services and just want to say thank you so much to everyone for taking time out of your Friday to attend this webinar with National Western. A few things to go over before I hand it over to National Western. Let's get started here. Wanted to let everyone know that when you are an agent of IAMS and you trust us enough with the referral, we just are so greatly appreciative of that. And what we do when you refer that agent and that agent gets contracted, we send you $50 as a thank you. When that same agent places business with us, and they can place it indefinitely, it's not the first 3 months, 6 months, year. It's when that agent places any type of business, life, annuity, MedSup, long-term care, combination thereof, we are going to send you check. You will have an override of 20 basis points on each piece of business placed from that referral from that point on. That does not come out of your commissions. It does not come out of the referred agent's commissions. That comes from IAMS, and that's just saying, again, just a big thank you for entrusting us with that agent. We also give to any agent that is contracted and placing business with IAMS. We have a marketing reimbursement account, real similar to a savings account. So what we'll do for every $100,000 of placed premium, we will put in $100 in that marketing reimbursement account for you to use for any type of business expense, whether that is for seminars, marketing pieces, gosh, you needed a new computer for your business, a printer, whatever the case may be, send us that invoice. We pay up to 50% of that invoice. So for example, if that computer was $1,000, we would pay $500 of that as long as that $500 was in your marketing reimbursement account. Those funds never go away. Really nice piece of help, I should say, from IAMS, and again, does not come out of your commissions. That comes directly from IAMS. We also have something called a new producer builder. So when you are brand new to IAMS, your first 6 months, you can qualify for a new producer bonus. That bonus starts at $100,000. If you place $100,000, again, of life, MedSup, long-term care, combination thereof, you can choose a $750 cash bonus, or you can choose a 2-year producer website that we pay and manage. If you'd like to hold off because you think your first 6 months you'll place $300,000 of business with us, you can choose a $1,500 gift card. You can choose, if you don't want that gift card, you can choose a $2,000 marketing reimbursement account, which what I just discussed with you, or you can choose a Social Security program and 3,000 piece mailing. If you like to hold off because you think, gosh, I'm just going to go gangbusters in my first 6 months and place $500,000 of, again, single premium life, traditional life, long-term care, MedSup, combination thereof, or annuities, you can choose a 4,000 piece mailing and seminar coaching with a top producer of ours, Dave Pimper. You can choose a 5,000 piece mailing and seminar coaching with another great top producer of ours, Matt Gill. Or you can choose my favorite, which is a Ritz-Carlton travel rewards getaway. And what you can do is plan your own trip. So another way IAMS just wants to say thank you so much for choosing us, and just gives you a little something extra in your first 6 months of placing business. We also have a tremendous back office support. We try really hard when we think of helping agents, we want to be full circle. We don't just want to be there for you to turn in apps or sign a contract so you can get contracted with a carrier. We want you to we want to help you work smarter, not harder. And how we do that is from case design. If you call up and say that, gosh, you have a client has $100,000 that they don't know what to do with, but they want some nursing care benefits in there, then we'll be happy to look at National Western for single premium life. We will run quotes, send out forms. We follow that application when you submit it after we scrub it. We send it to the carrier the same day, and we follow that case. Every 3 days we are touching that case to make sure nothing has changed and make sure we're right on top of that, so we can get that from submission to commission just as quickly as possible. Tremendous back office support. Can't be any prouder of our team there. We also have a very strong creative marketing team, so if you need help with flyers or postcards, if you have a logo that's just has a little bit of a tired look, or you don't have a logo and you need one designed, we'll do that for you. Same with business cards and brochures. If you have a website that needs to be refreshed, or you don't have a website, we will be more than happy to create and manage one for you. We also help with online newsletters, which are so important, and social media consulting, as well as advertising. Facebook advertising right now is huge. If you're not great at Facebook, you don't know what to do, give us a call and let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist you in getting that done. We also have a very strong website. Our website is www.iamsinc.com. That's where we on the Life team go to run quotes, pull forms. You can look at current industry links and news. You can pull up our annuity grid, which tells you what our top fixed annuity rates are, our top income rider companies are. You can also pull up our long-term care product grid as well. Great piece of information if you'd like to go there. It's also where you can look at our webinar schedule. You can register for our webinars, and you can also look at our webinar library where we record all of our webinars. You can pull up webinars from a year ago and take a look at them at your leisure. For this poll, or for this slide here, I'm going to send out a poll. By checking yes to this poll, it's just stating that you want some additional information. With all the changes that are going on with the DOL and the current rules, the delays, the new rules that are taking place, we thought it was really important to start at IAMS Wealth Management for our agents. And what you're able to do is do managed money fees, which gives you recurring revenue, which increases your revenue itself. You're able to offer a full range of products and services, and you're also viewed differently by your clients as an advisor. You're now looked at as a fiduciary. So if you are concerned about the DOL, how it's going to affect you, what current forms you need, do you need a 65, do you not need a 65, a Series 7, check yes. We'll be more than happy to give you a call, answer any questions you have, see how we're able to assist you. Truly, with all the changes, I can't stress enough how important it is just to get educated on that and find out what this important ruling will do to your business. I'm going to go ahead and get that closed up. We also have a Life and Annuity Academy, another great poll question out there. Again, checking yes is just stating that you want additional information. Our Life and Annuity Academy, this is industry recognized. Can't be any prouder of this. This is an all-expense paid trip. We pay for your airfare, your lodging, meals. It is a 2-day, it's an intense training. We gather agents all over the United States. We have close to 1,000 register. We choose between 35 and 40. We go over different sales ideas and strategies from top producers all over the United States. We unravel indexed annuities. When is a great time to use them? When isn't? When is it great to use an income rider? We go over the current industry threats and trends, different seminar systems, whether you want to use cookies and go to a seminar or have a seminar in a library, or whether you want a more extensive seminar where it's a dinner seminar. We go over all the different opportunities depending upon where you are at and where you want to carry those. We also go through large life case marketing. So any of your single premium life, your premium finance, infinite banking concepts, wealth transfer tools. We go over just a vast amount of information. Cannot stress enough what a great opportunity this is. Again, by checking yes, you're just saying, hey, can you send me out some more information? Our next one will be in either August or September. And again, we cover all the expenses for this, from airfare down to your lodging and meals. We also, in addition to all the new bonuses, the marketing reimbursement, agent referrals, top commission, in addition to as well the company's trips, we offer our own trip. It's a 2019 Marketing Summit that started January of this year and goes all the way through June 30th of next year. We are having that at the beautiful Ritz-Carlton in Naples, Florida. And in order to qualify for you and a guest, you need to be contracted with IAMS and place business with us, whether that's $3 million in annuity premium, $1.5 million in MedSep premium. You can do 2.25 in single premium life, 250,000 in traditional life, or 600,000 in long-term care. You can do a combination thereof. Again, we do an extended 18-month qualification period for you and a guest to attend. Again, we cover all the expenses for that. Can't stress enough what an amazing, beautiful opportunity that is. So what I'm going to do is hand this over to Paul Garofoli, and he is such a great friend of ours with National Western. He's going to go over how National Western can fit into your business and great opportunities for both you and your clients. So Paul, you want to take over?
Thank you, Sandy. Wow. What an array of benefits and services brought to you by the great people at IAMS. Man, put those things on your calendar, plan on a way to qualify, and maybe National Western Life and Single Premium Life can help you qualify for those things, because we have a dynamite product. But rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, this is not really a product presentation. This is a sales and marketing presentation in the spirit of what IAMS has to offer. So we're going to do what I like to call top-selling conversations around savings-based insurance, another way of describing single premium life. And this isn't just home office generated. This comes from the field. This is high caliber content for you to make you comfortable with presenting and talking about single premium life with your clients. We'll talk a little bit about some of the features that National Western Life has to offer, but you can take these ideas, you can take these concepts, and if you choose another carrier, as ill-begotten as they may be, you will have that ability to work with them if you don't like me or don't like National Western Life. If you take nothing away from this presentation, write this website down, www.savingsbasedinsurance.com. This has a video presentation with the celebrity endorser on the concept of savings-based insurance. It is non-denominational. There is no reference to carrier or product at all, just the concept. So if you don't have the words after this presentation, go to that website, see what's there. It's a great supplement and complement to your own point of sales skills. So we're going to talk about single premium life, and at National Western Life, we believe there's a balance between the two products, life insurance and annuities. I do both, just like IAMS does, just like you do. Life insurance for living too long, or life insurance for dying too soon, annuities for living too long, immediate lump sum benefits, long-term income. Regardless of the circumstance, we have the products and services to serve your clients, but also you need to have balance in your respective practices. If you're annuity-centric, hey, great, but there's a whole opportunity to serve your clientele, to serve new prospects, and to enhance your revenue as well by broadening into life insurance or returning to life insurance. My experience has been that many annuity-centric financial professionals came into this business as life folks, but got beaten down, underwriting, the uncertainty, the length in getting paid. Well, we've got the solution for you. Now, let's make the case for single premium life. You know, as an industry, National Western Life, IAMS, we've been great at accumulation. The annuity products that we've introduced protect money, help it grow. We're getting better at distribution through annuitization, or what I like to call incomeization, using lifetime income riders, withdrawal benefit riders that can provide an income that your customers can outlive. But where we've created problems, and we are creating a problem with tax-deferred protected growth in annuities, we have not done very well in the preservation of our clients' assets. Why? Because we all recognize that while annuities are great accumulation vehicles and great distribution vehicles, they are not good preservation vehicles because they get taxed at ordinary income tax rates upon the death of the annuitant. So I say to you, which is better, an annuity with death benefit features or a life insurance policy with annuity-like features? And this is one of the things that rubs me the wrong way, quite frankly. You see a lot of annuities with enhanced death benefit features. You're going to get this. That is, in my humble opinion, idiotic, because those benefits, any benefits coming out of an annuity, including death benefits, even if they're enhanced or tricked out, as they often are going to be fully taxed at ordinary income tax rates. Do you want taxable benefits, a taxable death benefit, or a non-taxable death benefit? I think we go with non-taxable death benefits. But what we have done at National Western Life is we've designed a life insurance policy, a single premium life insurance policy that looks, feels, and tastes like an annuity with the tax-free death benefit. And that, if you need justification, you know, I went through compliance, so I needed to verify that benefits from a life insurance policy are tax-free with the properly structured beneficiary. And it's true. It's in the IRS regulation. We have even had people say, hey, do you have a 101A plan? Well, that is the provision in the tax code that permits the tax-free transfer of wealth via a life insurance policy. So we know that. Now, let's get into some salesmanship here. I know as an annuity product designer and marketer, bonuses get advisors excited. Bonuses get clients excited. Well, with single premium life, if you think about it, you have lump sum age-based bonuses. And I know we get excited. I know IAMS, if we had just announced a 10% bonus product, they would send an e-blast, have a webinar to thousands and thousands of agents. Well, how about an 83% or nearly 95% bonus on the client's money with hard cash, with real money that, again, I'm not talking about a phantom income rider bonus to enhance withdrawal benefit rider. At age 60, I can guarantee that your client's money will get bonused at age 60 for a male, 82.9%. For a female, 94.9%. It's age-based. The older they get, the lower the bonus. Get in on it early. Even at 70, a male, 43.7% bonus on their money. Female, age 70, 48.2%. That age and gender gap is closing a little bit. At 80, even at 80, a 21.4% bonus on their money. Do you have a bonus products at age 80? 85 even? This product goes up to 85. Female, 21.9% bonus on their money that will eventually either yield them or their beneficiaries real hard cash. Now, what does that bonus represent? Yes, it's the death benefit. What's the catch, what we say in terms of collecting on these bonuses? Well, you know, in many cases you have to be dead, but not necessarily so. You're going to see in the coming slides how that enhancement to the value of their money can actually benefit them directly while they're above ground. Isn't that pretty exciting? Now let's go again. If we make the annuity analogy, if IAMS announced this amazing indexed product plan, S&P 500 based, 115% participation on a monthly average, annual reset, no cap, no fee, no spread, indexing choice. We add another one, a monthly point-to-point, annual reset, 3.5% monthly cap. Hey, I know the annuity market. What are you getting there? 1.25%, 1.5%, 1.75 on the S&P 500, maybe more on a volatility controlled index, but you are smart. You know that a volatility controlled index is designed already within its parameters to inhibit upside potential. You get more of less in many cases with the volatility controlled index. How about on the S&P 500, annual point-to-point, 10% annual cap? Hey, you're a fixed rate guy, 3.55% fixed rate. Couldn't you believe that? You should. And it's, by the way, this account, this product is always liquid to your client. And no, it's not new. We've had it for over a decade and a half. I can only show you some of the most recent returns in this product. By the way, this isn't hypothetical, theoretical, whimsical. This is real rates of return that real policyholders earned with National Western Life. There's a lot of numbers up there. I'm going to shout a few off. Most recently, nearly 12% on the monthly averaging. Monthly point-to-point, 19.41%. Wow. Annual point-to-point, 10.75. Let's stay in that column. 8.75, 6%, 11%, 8.75. On the option D, 18.64, 16%, 16% again, 15%, 12.55. Man, consistently double-digit returns over any 10-year period. I tracked these and calculated these. Each of these strategies has returned on average annually a rate of return between 6 and 8%, and yes, that includes the financial meltdown of 2008. Man, if you want index upside, you need to be thinking about single premium life from National Western Life. Real documented returns, not hypothetical or theoretical, real stuff. Now, here's the objection that we get. Here's why we're having this conversation today, ladies and gentlemen. I have seasoned financial professionals go, Paul, I love this idea. If only I knew what to say. I just need these words to help me talk about this amazing product that's always liquid, that helps not only your client's beneficiaries, but the client themselves to pay for benefits when they're sick or hurt. You still need help? Okay, I can appreciate that. If you're on this call, if you've worked with IAMS, you are an annuity expert, or you will be an annuity expert if you attend one of those elite advisor academies. So here's what I say to you. Give your best fixed indexed annuity talk. Retain your gains, upside potential, protect your money, using the practices of large financial institutions that in prior years only the super wealthy were aware of. That's a life insurance company, by the way. But you end the conversation, oh, by the way, this is always liquid and has an income tax-free benefit. It's always your money. You think you can have that talk? You can make a single premium life presentation almost word for word as your best fixed index annuity presentation. Just end, by the way, it's got a tax-free death benefit. Why? IRC code, tax-free death benefit. Wow. Now, let's give you some other conversation starters to help you with this discussion. When you're talking with clients, either new prospects, when you're talking with existing clients doing an annual review or a drop-by or a coffee talk, here's a question that you can ask them. Would you change the location of your money from one pocket to another, from one place to another, from the bank building to the insurance company building? Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a visual. Just imagine you take your wallet from your right front pocket and you move it to your left front pocket. Now, as long as your kids didn't get their hands on that wallet, you would have everything in that wallet that was in the right-hand pocket. You just moved the location of your wallet. Now, if you did that, but then now that wallet provides income tax-free benefits, guaranteed values, growth potential, accelerated benefits if you get sick or hurt, home health care funding, And by the way, it's still your money. It's in your wallet. You can always get at it. It was always liquid. Would you just make that change? Would you just move the wallet from one pocket to another? Again, I'm doing some role play that you might have with your clients or prospects. Wouldn't they do that? Makes sense. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about single premium life, using dormant funds, funds that they have elsewhere, CDs, money market, savings accounts, checking accounts, even brokerage accounts, maybe an annuity that's at its maturity, in or at or near its maturity, moving it from one pocket to another, one place to another, makes all the sense in the world. In fact, we even have some visuals here. You can do it. This is basically a T-bar type of presentation, but we actually draw pockets. I've got a piece that has, blank pockets, but with these categories. So let's just take a female, age 55, 100,000. She's got a CD or money market, someplace where even in the slowly rising interest rate environment, she's not exactly thrilled. So let's kind of go step by step here. And I kind of put it all up at once. So we start with 100,000 in the bank pocket versus the National Western Life pocket. The interest rate that she might get, and I'm being overly generous here, by the way. We're going to show you actual CD rates in a second. Let's say she makes 2%. Well, my product, this pocket, the National Western Life building, the insurance company building, we're paying 3.55% or more. There we go. We win. What's the value at year 10? All right? And we'll take taxes into account in a little bit. Well, at 2% on that 100,000, they're going to have almost 122,000 in value. Now, with my product, that's going to be minimum guaranteed. Now, I'm only talking minimum guaranteed, not what it potentially could be based on that amazing index performance, but 119,000. Now, people say, wait a minute, isn't your interest rate higher? Yes, but remember, we have to account for cost of insurance and policy expenses along the way, because, by the way, this is a life insurance product. But here's where the main distinctions occur. The death benefit. You start out in your CD or money market, 100,000, that's all you got. If you pass away, all you're going to have is hassles for your heirs trying to get that money paid out. Here, from day one, with the signature and a phone call, 222,000. This 55-year-old female, in essence, has 122% bonus on the value of their money. That's the death benefit. But remember, we said, hey, there's value for them. We also offer accelerated benefits for chronic and critical illnesses. Again, at the bank, if you get sick or hurt, as many CD savers do, does the bank give them any extra? No, they don't even send flowers to the hospital or to the long-term care facility. You'd start out with 209,000, again, over 100% increase in the value of that money that would be sent to you in the form of a check to help subsidize the cost of your either home health care or long-term care. Oh, by the way, remember we showed the growth in the CD? What we didn't take into account was taxes. Depending upon their tax bracket, it's likely that over the span of those 10 years, remember when a CD earns interest, client gets a 1099, they have to pay taxes on that even though they haven't spent the money yet. Life insurance, like an annuity, is tax deferred and in many cases tax-free when structured properly and when the benefits are received consistently. So when we account for the tax impact of most other safe money accounts, single premium life, just as a simple accumulation value, not accounting for the death benefit, is equal, if not better, than most traditional savings and safe money options today. So remember all these things, a little bit of disclosure there. So ultimately we say to you, the better pocket, Lifetime Return Select, that's our signature product, single premium life from National Western Life. Now here we go into some conversations that real life advisors have with their customers. Imagine you're having a discussion review of the client's assets and they complain about the rate of their CD. And why wouldn't they? The national average for a one-year CD, 58 basis points. My mother-in-law has come into some significant money. Her husband passed last November, and my wife is working with her. You know, prominent institutions, checking accounts 0, savings accounts basis points, 2-year CD 82 basis points, 3-year. Again, this is the average. I know there might be more, a lot less. 4-year CD 1.06%. Your response when they have any complaint or concern about the rate of return they're earning on any type of account, ma'am, would you be willing to trade rate for benefit? You're not happy with the 1%, 2%, 3% that you're earning. We can enhance the value of your money by 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 100% for that 55-year-old. Would you be willing to give up that 1 or 2% that you're earning for $50,000, $100,000 more in benefits? Most people would. It makes sense, particularly if this is leave-on money or long-term money, dusty money. Would you be willing to trade rate for benefit? One of the top-selling conversations. We give an example here of what that female age 65 now could earn. Their bonus on their money minimum is almost 69%. Pretty amazing. Hey, Mrs. McGillicuddy, would you like to spend your children's inheritance? You know, I've seen those bumper stickers, but the reality is that most people don't. They're saving their money. They're scrimping on themselves. It's just kind of a nature of this current generation. Can't speak to future generations, but this current generation, people 60, 70, 80, you know, they don't spend their money. They save it. Wouldn't you rather fund your legacy at a discount and spend your children's inheritance? What would you do with the savings? Because the challenge here is when people don't spend their children's inheritance, they're paying 100% on the dollar. So the question becomes, or the conversation is, would you like to increase the amount of your legacy at no additional cost, or reduce the cost of your legacy with simply a phone call in a form? And this leads to two concepts that people really love: legacy discount or legacy max. So what we're taking here is $100,000. I think we're dealing with the 60 or 65-year-old here. We can discount that legacy significantly. They can buy $100,000 of guaranteed death benefit for $59,288. That's a savings of almost $41,000. You've just released, for somebody that wants to set aside $100,000 for their kids or grandkids, you've released over 40% of the value of that asset. What can they do with it? Spend it, maybe invest in an annuity or other type of product that you're offering. That is the legacy at a discount. Maybe people want to maximize their legacy. They have a little or a lot or somewhere in between. We can take that same $100,000 for that female age 65 in this case and increase the value to $168,000, almost $169,000. That's a 68-69% increase or bonus on their money. Would you like to fund your legacy at a discount and spend the money, spend your children's inheritance, and still leave it at full funding? Or would you like to increase the value of it by only changing the location of your money from the bank building to the National Western Life building? Man, who wouldn't do that? Real important type of person. Do you understand, and I'm saying this to you as the advisor, do you understand the difference between indemnity versus reimbursement when it comes to funding benefits? Do you feel the difference between indemnity and reimbursement? That feel word is really emotional, really engages the client or prospect. Our benefits that we pay out, they are indemnity. Once you qualify for them, you get them. You don't have to keep submitting forms. Most benefits that seniors qualify for, they're reimbursement. They have to go and spend the money for medical care. They have to go to the pharmacy and submit forms for reimbursement. Our benefits are indemnity. You qualify once, and the checks keep coming. Do you feel a difference? Let me explain the difference between indemnity and reimbursement and how these benefits will accrue to you by simply a form and a phone call. Man, that's pretty compelling. And that indemnity versus reimbursement comes by way of an accelerated benefit rider that's available on our product. By the way, wherever we sell this product, we have accelerated benefits. That's another benefit for chronic or critical illness. Sometimes the terminology changes by state, but it's the same principle. You get sick or hurt, National Western Life from this policy will begin to send you benefits based on the death benefit, not the money you put in, but the actual leveraged amount. Remember I talked about bonuses on your money? This is where the client benefits directly from the bonus if they get sick or hurt. This is a death benefit advance for qualified care services. It's activities of daily living based, similar or identical to many of the benefits that you see out there from other products. The difference that we have at National Western Life is that we have these benefits in states like Florida, like California, like Ohio, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Again, every state that we offer this product, and it is every state other than New York State, which we don't do business in, we have these benefits. We pay at a rate of 24% a year or 2% a month. Here's how it would work. If I had a $100,000 death benefit, we would pay the client 24% a year, $24,000, generally monthly at a rate of $2,000. That check comes to them, and they can use it in whatever way they see fit, as long as they are unable to do 2 out of 6 activities of daily living, like bathing, eating, dressing, toileting, transferring. Those kinds of things are things that they can't do. Who determines if they qualify? Their doctor. Not my examiner. Their doctor does that, checks the form. They're unable to do these things. They need help. By the way, National Western Life, we pay the same amount of benefit whether you're in a long-term care facility or getting care from home. We pay the same benefit at home whether you're getting care from a nursing professional or a loved one or family member or the guy next door. It's a benefit payable to you. Many carriers that offer these benefits will reduce the benefit if it is home care based. We do not. We pay the full benefit. One reason why you want to consider National Western Life for this opportunity. So keep those things in mind. Indemnity versus reimbursement, significant benefit. Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, would you like to control your money? Is controlling your funds important to you? Is access to your money important to you? Generally it is. It's one of the reasons that they're in these lackluster CDs and money markets, having significant sums of money in bank accounts paying them nothing. They want to control that money. Well, they can do that with National Western Life. As a standard feature, we have return of premium. It is their money at all times. It's their money at all times. Now, what's the challenge with return of premium? We have no waiting period. You're seeing some carriers reintroducing products, and they're giving a waiting period of 3 years, 5 years for that feature to be available. Well, that's not very reassuring. What if they need funding now, next month, next year? Our product is 100% liquid at all times. In our case, though, what's the challenge? There is a chargeback if you have that. Now, here's the good news. People like this benefit as a sleep-at-night benefit, but they rarely use it. They rarely use it. So we have a 3-year decreasing chargeback for return of premium. Some of my more enlightened advisors will say, Mr. and Mrs. McGillicuddy, you have return of premium. It's your money anytime after 3 years. And so sometimes they'll say that. But keep that in mind. By the way, we have other liquidity provisions in our contract, policy loan. It's a life insurance policy, and 10% penalty-free withdrawals, just like in annuity. Remember, annuity-like life insurance is what we have to offer. It's always their money with return of premium. I mentioned this earlier. Would you like the benefits to your heirs? Would you like the benefits that you receive to be taxable or tax-free? Do you want the accounts you leave behind to be taxable or tax-free? By the way, if they get paid money out of their policy for accelerated benefits, those benefits are tax-free. When God calls them home, they will leave those benefits to their heirs tax-free. Ask most people. Do most people say, no, 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 I want to pay taxes. Man, I'm not paying enough taxes. I don't think so. Most people want tax-deferred and even better, tax-free delivery of benefits. You might now say, Paul, that's great, but I've got a lot of my clients have money in qualified accounts. That's where their funds are. They want to use it for these purposes, but if only you could show me a way to take qualified money and transform it into life insurance, man, I would do that. Guess what? National Western Life and IAMS can do exactly that. We have a specialty product for qualified funds called Lifetime Return Solutions. It's pretty simple. We call it the combo product. You can take a heavily tax-deferred annuity or IRA tax-deferred accounts that would be taxable upon death, taxable as money comes out. You can 1035 it into a specially constructed annuity policy at National Western Life so you avoid taxes on the transfer, and that annuity will pay into the single premium life, taking those taxable dollars and leveraging using the life insurance option. Now, it's not a tax-free solution. It is a tax-efficient solution. What we do is instead of surrendering an annuity and paying the taxes there, or surrendering an IRA so that you can buy a life insurance policy, paying the taxes then, every time that annuity pays into the life insurance, there is a 1099 because those funds will be taxable, but they are taxable over time, over 5 or 10 years. Now, here's something that's amazing. If and when the client dies, particularly if they're in this payment phase, taxes disappear. All those funds now become tax-free in the life insurance benefits paid out. That's what's unique about our way of doing it. It's called Lifetime Return Solutions. Ask your IAMS marketer, product advisor, business advisor how to do that. We do that. Hey, one final thing. Would you qualify if you could do this and qualification was easy? Would you want to go ahead? Is it all right if we see if you qualify? It's as easy as making a phone call, and that's exactly what we have here. It is the perfect process. We do point of sale underwriting with this. We don't do any exams. We don't do any APS. It's all done at point of sale. We have underwriters on call just about 12 to 13 hours a day, all the way to 9:30 Central Time. You call them, you ask questions, they ask you questions, they do some checking of your medical records online, and at the end of a 10 to 15 minute conversation, the client is either approved, sometimes declined. We have about a 94% approval rate. Most people will qualify. If they're walking and talking, not on oxygen, not in a wheelchair, they'll probably qualify. I like to say it's an open book test. We give you the questions in advance. What's the qualification for the benefits? We do take into account that people may have lived long, played long, and had a pretty robust life. So think about that. Most people will qualify, but you'll know at point of sale when you do this. Let's close with a couple things. One final conversation starter. What is the goal of this asset? Is this live on or leave on money? Who do you want this to go to when God calls you home? Now, these conversations are very dear to me because the people you see in the lower left-hand corner are my mom and dad, both deceased. My dad predeceased my mom by a year or so, and so my mom was on her own. And I'm just going to give you an example. Those envelopes in the upper left-hand corner, the picture there you see there. I would go visit her. I'm in Texas. She lives in Massachusetts. I'm a Massachusetts native. They call me the Bostonian with the Texan personality. I would go visit my mom, and on the top of the refrigerator, and I'm sharing this story, I want you to think about those clients or prospects that this reminds you of, maybe a family member. We would go through this ritual. On top of the refrigerator was a basket full of envelopes. I would get that basket of envelopes from the top of the refrigerator. We'd sit at the kitchen table. We'd go over it. And she would go, Paul, this envelope is for John, my son, her grandson. This envelope is for Nick, my nephew, by way of my sister. And we would go through these different envelopes. What was in the envelopes? One would be a CD statement, one would be a bank statement, one would be a brokerage statement, one would be an annuity statement. She would have these envelopes, and she wrote on them, for Paul, for John, for Nick. Now, my mom didn't look at these things as, well, this is an annuity, so this is for me to live on, this is life insurance. She didn't look at that. She looked at these as assets that she wanted to leave on. That's why it's so critical to understand. It's not what form your clients have their accounts, it's what the account is intended to do. And you will find in many cases, we assume they have an annuity, so they're going to take income, right? Wrong. Most annuities are going to be left as a death benefit legacy. Why not enhance that by using the leveraging of life insurance? Most CDs, or bank accounts even, that's going to be for, immediate needs in the next 6 months. Wrong. If they're not spending the money, it's for somebody else, and you'll find most people will do that. Now, I want to bring this home to you. So remember I told you how I went to my mom's house, my childhood house, got to the kitchen, got the basket of envelopes off of the refrigerator, all her statements that she got from her various accounts, and we would go through them one by one. My mom, in the last 10 years of her life, was confined to a wheelchair. Even if she wanted to, she physically could not get to that basket of envelopes on top of the refrigerator. That physically represented what she thought of those envelopes, those assets, mentally. She did not want to touch those. This was for her kids and her grandkids when God called her home. That's why it's important. What is the goal of this asset? What do you want? Where do you want this to go to when God calls you home? That will identify what the client wants to do with their assets. So we sum up. Get this all from IAMS. Instant decision underwriting, guaranteed death benefit, possible cash value growth through indexing, possible death benefit growth, A-rated carrier, superior capital surplus, and great commissions, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming up on 15 minutes to the hour. We try to keep this to 45 minutes or less. So with that, I'm going to turn this back over to Sandy. Start having these conversations with your clients, and then go to the great people at IAMS to help you with quoting, supplies, and forms. Back to you, Sandy.
Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Paul. And what a lovely picture. If those were your parents or someone else's, just what a sweet picture. I am going to send out another poll question while we ask or answer questions. If you'd like any contracting information about National Western, can't stress enough what a great carrier they are. I don't want anyone to think that just because a client has had a heart attack or they have diabetes that's insulin controlled, cancer, whether it was prostate cancer, breast cancer, whatever the case may be, don't decline your client before we can get them approved. Don't think that, gosh, they were declined for long-term care, so they're absolutely not going to get approved for life insurance. It's completely different underwriting. Long-term care underwrites for morbidity. Life insurance underwrites for mortality. So please, before you think that your client is too unhealthy to get approved, give us a call. Let us know what the health conditions are. If we have a lot of years of experience, I've done the same thing for 32 years. If for some reason we don't know, we'll call National Western and ask them direct contact with underwriters. Just can't stress enough what a great carrier they are to work with. So I see a lot of you have answered yes to getting information on contracting. So with that, I am going to close that out. Paul, thank you again for your time. It was such great information. I'd like to also thank everyone for, again, spending their Friday with IAMS and National Western. Hope everyone has a great, safe weekend, and hope to see you all at our next webinar. Thank you so much.